you having a great day. Here we are in the basically middle of nowhere. We have some nice farmland around us, as you can see. But today's be a very exciting day because, well, we're going to be doing a top speed test for the Mclaren 600Lt. That is the fastest speed we can possibly get to within this airstrip right in front of us. So today we're joining shift sector out at Coalinga Airport, and I am so excited about it. And then also we have our friend Misha behind us in his Lamborghini Performante. We got to do a run with both these cars. We got to do it. This car is running right now. So the craziest thing with this car is that when you're driving it, it may not feel like it's the fastest thing ever, but once you wind out the RPM, once those turbos get spooled, it just goes into full-on like warp speed. It's like Star Trek almost, and the thing just throws you back and it blows your mind, the rate of acceleration. So out here, it should feel at home. So it's gonna feel at home basically going as fast as possible in a straight line on this airstrip, and then same goes for the track. You buy this car, it can do everything well. Okay, this is it. We have made it to shift sector here at Coalinga Municipal Airport next to Bakersfield, California, about an hour north of Buttonwillow Raceway. But Misha, how you doing, man? Good to see you, dude.
How you doing?
Love the Performante. This thing is an absolute beast right here, and the color, it pops. You know, yeah, bright orange then bright yellow, and this is like, it's kind of got like a matte finish on it, right?
So this is a gloss yellow, and it's got a satin stealth PPF, as they say. Yeah. I drive this in the canyons a lot. I do some track days. As you know, you get a lot of rocks, so you want to protect the whole car is protected. I figured, well, might as well go for a sort of satin look while we're at it, so it maintains the color.
No, yeah. it looks really good. I love the forged. It's called forged carbon, right?
It's forged carbon, yeah.
And it's absolutely everywhere. You know if there's any advantage to that over normal carbon fiber?
So as I understand it, and as it has been sold and told to me, it's lighter. I think
really
40%, some amount like that. I don't really know, but it is. It's sort of using actually the leftover bits of carbon fiber, so it's recycling. So it's good for the planet. Yeah, let's just go with that.
That's a very strange thing to say driving a Lamborghini. But question for you, man: have you ever been to a half-mile event?
I have not. This is actually pretty exciting. I've never actually done any drag racing in any real official legal capacity.
Well, the good thing is that I think for me too, I'm in the same boat because I've never done a drag event with Mclaren. I just got this car like a couple months ago, and launching it out here and just going all out. Dude, the speed, I wonder what kind of speeds we're gonna actually be able to hit, and also how these two cars are gonna be able to compare to each other, you know, because both cars, well, they don't cost the same. They're pretty close though, but this is the track focus version of the Sports Series, and this is the track focus version of the Huracan. That is until like the STO comes out. That comes out soon, right?
Right, and I mean, I'd say this is probably, like the STO is probably closest to like a 620R or something like that. I'd say that. And these are like the ones that you still can drive around, that you could still road trip in these cars and they'd be comfortable. I think I think it's actually a very good impromptu matchup because
who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess you because you're lighter and you have turbos. I think off the line I'll be quicker because 100%. Of the all-wheel drive. But you know, lightness, nothing beats lightness, and nothing beats turbos apparently. So.
But then at the same time, if the service is not that good, rear-wheel drive, it could destroy you.
That's true.
You know,
that's why all-wheel drive is great. Derived from Rally, right? This is probably based off of Audi's Quattro system, right?
With 640 horsepower, is that it?
Yeah, it's around there.
Is it completely stock? You've done any modifications to it?
The only modifications I've done will arguably make it slower, and that's putting these gyro discs.
I just did that like 2 days ago, so actually.
We could be Squeaky Brakes brothers.
There we go, gyro disc. And the reason why, if you're wondering why we're taking off our carbon rotors and putting on iron rotors, is because, well, when you drive these cars as much as we do, right, and track them, what happens is that you go through carbon rotors pretty quickly. They say they last a lifetime of the car, but when you start running it and going to so many track days, just having fun with it, it can cost you so much. But in my car, I believe the fronts are like $9K for the front set, and you can't buy them individually, can you?
No, they know what they're doing, and you know what? For most people, for most of the customers of these cars, it actually will last a lifetime. But as you said, we tend to brake pretty hard and regularly when we're at the track, and we wear them down, and we're just better off with these gyro discs. Yeah. But I love it.
I think as is though, like these are the brakes to get if you do track your car, because like I mentioned earlier, again, it starts getting to a point where, yeah, you can use the benefit of the carbon rotors on track, but if you track so much, it's going to really hurt you when it comes to cost, and you already spent so much money on these cars. You don't want to keep spending like tens of thousands of dollars.
Here's the actual move, is you get your track time down on these, and then when you're trying to set your hero lap, you know, your PB, then you swap them in, you get the fresh tires, some R compounds, and then you set your PB, and then you go back to these to like keep working at it, you know?
You guys may know Misha actually from his music, and I don't know if you guys knew he's actually a really hardcore car guy, but you are obviously with a track focus at Lamborghini.
Yeah, I have a car problem. My name's Misha and I have a car problem. But yeah, I love cars. I've loved cars probably longer than I've loved music, like since I was about 5 years old. So yeah, it's kind of surreal to be out here being able to do something like this.
Is this the only performance car in your stable?
No, I have a 911 GT3 Touring.
Oh, how do you like that?
That is the most perfect car ever made.
Yeah. So I think both cars, yep, I've got R compounds. How about you? Using Cup 2s?
Yeah, I have Cup 2s on this right now.
Should be all set, and what do you think? Should we head out there and do this? See what's faster, the 600Lt or the Performante?
We got NA versus turbo. We got V10 versus V8. We've got Italian versus British. Yeah, we got to see what's gonna happen. Let's go out there and do it.
Interestingly, this car being twin turboed, launch control doesn't work in the same sense as your 500 track pack would, that being supercharged or your NA motor. The reason why is because you need to give the car time to actually build boost with the turbos. So then I believe by hitting this button right here, the launch button, then giving it a few seconds to get all the boost built up, then after that it's going to tell me boost is ready, we're all good to go, and then from there just let off the brake and it should launch really hard. And I believe for this we should be in track mode because it'll give us the inertia push between each shift, kind of like a speed shift where you don't let off on the clutch. It'll give us that extra boost of torque and power to get us into the next gear.
Right when the cars are staging, do they go like past the point they're supposed to start at and then reverse to where they're supposed to be?
Because they're trying to get perfectly straight and line up.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, they will be staged very shortly up here. AC is turned off. We are all set and good to go. Now again, just for as a reminder, this car has 592 horsepower versus 640. And we have a twin turbos, turn off the sensors. We have a twin turbo system where we have to spool up the turbos to get all the power. He's got NA, so instantly he's got all the torque and horsepower ready once he climbs high in the RPMs. He's gonna beat me on the launch for sure, being all-wheel drive, and then I should catch up probably later on down the track. And we're in ESC Dynamics, which should give us more leeway when it comes to the power. Wow, that's fast. Windows were down too, so we'll pull it next time. That's an adrenaline-filled experience. Were you in a manual?
My launch control didn't work. If it's working, it'll shift automatically in Corsa.
Yeah, I had problems with launch control too. It kept aborting launch control, so we got to try that again. And the tires are a bit too cold, it seems like. So this time around, get tires warm, and hopefully this time we'll have a much closer race between the Performante and the 600Lt. See which one's truly faster, right? We'll have to catch up with Misha once this next session ends, because I want to get his opinion of how that thing's driving. Who do you think's gonna win this one, Misha, me or you?
You definitely are gonna win it.
Well, I'm excited because if you nail launch control, then for sure you're gonna beat me out of the dig.
My prediction is I beat you out of the dig and then you catch up for a heroic win.
Are you running with traction control on or off?
To launch, you have to turn it off. It's one of the conditions on this car.
Really? You're going down. What? You're gonna lose. Mclaren.
No, I won't.
You're gonna lose.
Nice try. I'm gonna teach that NA motor a lesson with twin turbos.
I mean, turbos have been kicking NA motors' asses forever, but yes.
This is the all-new rivalry, right? It used to be Ferrari versus Lamborghini. Now it's McLaren, the new brand, versus the bull, the raging bull.
Coming up, 18 Lamborghini Performante, Benefessa 152.5. Austin in his McLaren 600Lt, Benefessa 154.2. So here's a couple nice exotics. Nice looking cars there. 154.3 or 154.2. That was nice.
I keep forgetting the windows. Got to be a few miles an hour there. So I think with the windows up, it'll hit 160. I forgot to roll up my windows.
Yeah, hit the limiter again.
Okay, let's go ahead and line back up. Okay, so this time, windows have gone up. As you can see, we have the car in automatic, dynamic setting, because I was told by a friend of mine, stay in dynamic, and then also automatic again. So I'll launch the car, build the boost, and then hopefully with the windows up, we'll see a difference in a trap speed. What really surprises me is how close these two cars have been.
Yeah, actually, it's neck and neck, and I think if I don't over-rev, like, it might be even closer.
Definitely gets high in here with the windows up, though, and plus it's 86 degrees out, so it's not even the optimal temperature outside to do this.
Yeah, my tires are getting pretty warm, too.
Really cool, actually. So it seems like when it comes to acceleration, both cars are like neck and neck. And it seems like when you get a good launch, the thing just rockets out of there.
Yeah, that was the first launch. I didn't hit a rev limiter because I like just shifted and switched into the fast mode. If we do another run, I know exactly how to do it now. That was the way to do it.
Did you want to go again or no?
It's up to you, dude.
Okay, so ESC is off. Will it make a difference? I don't know. I'm excited to find out. Dude, I'm so curious to find out how this thing handles. Oh, look at 765LT right there, getting lined up.
I was saying it's up against, I think, the new Turbo S, which this should be a great race. Turbo S gets it off the line, but 765 might take it after.
Nope.
It forgot to start.
Control is definitely a must. Okay, Misha.
Do it.
First time in a Performante. Did I pronounce that correctly? Or is it Performante?
It's well, the P is silent, so it's an Performante.
Oh, I got you. Like the Huracan, right?
Huracan Performante.
Yeah, the seating position in this car is very, very different. Like the windshield kind of goes more horizontal, further forward than my car does.
Yeah, I would say like the McLaren's got better seating position.
And overall, to launch this thing, is it pretty easy? Or is it complicated?
It's medium. So you put it into Corsa, and then you hit that. You don't have to hold it down, which is nice. The Italians just want you to have fun. And so it has no stability control or traction control. Jam your foot on the brake, accelerator, and lift off, and you will launch.
Okay, so you don't have to wait like I do to build the boost.
There's no boost to build, you know? This breathes the air as we do.
So what do you think of those runs, Misha?
I thought that they were... That's my first time at the drag strip. Is this a drag strip? This is an airfield.
It's an airfield, yeah, that's what you call it.
First time doing straight line racing.
But it seemed like...
It's addicting. I get it. I totally get it. Like, it's a lot of fun. You know, because, like, you kept being like, oh, should we cool down or whatever? And I'm like, come on, let's go. Let's keep going.
Well,
I can do better.
I see why, because this thing is so comfortable to sit in. Like in my car, the whole thing is vibrating. You can feel the engine is just mounted straight to the chassis. So it seems like you can, like daily this almost. I'm not sure if you'd want to, but it's very livable.
I've always said that, like, it's down to the owner to determine if they can daily this or not, because it's completely capable. Like with a suspension lifter, you'll clear pretty much every curb. So it's just down to like your risk tolerance for parking it, like parallel parking it and whatnot.
Is this the loudest setting?
No, this is the quietest setting. This is Strada, which is Italian for wine. No, for street.
Wine.
And then you have Corsa, which idles higher and opens up the. And that's the mode that we'll be doing the run in.
So I'm feeling much more like the vibrations and that.
Yeah,
I love that display though.
Yeah, you get the video game display, right? Like, because this is the standard one here. But Corsa gets the video game display, and it firms up the suspension, so you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel the engine more, and you have the valves open as well, so it's the loudest mode.
Well, how does launch control feel in this? Because I know with my car it's two-wheel drive, right? I got to really try to nail that launch. With this, though, it's being four-wheel drive. It just you feel the G-forces fly straight back.
You do. Yeah, this launches. I mean, like if you ever launch an all-wheel drive car, they launch a certain way because they just grip up wonderfully, especially if it's a good all-wheel drive system.
On like a non-prep surface, though, this is where you'll see this car here shining. Because doing those runs, right? The first. Did like 4 or 5 runs, right? Like non-stop, and it seemed like both of us were trying to dial in launch control. And then once we got going, though, it was like you 1-2, I 1-2. It's really interesting because at speed, both these cars seem very close to each other.
Yeah.
It's and this car has 640 horsepower versus. Do you think 592 is a bit underrated, or is the weight difference?
McLaren underrates all. They all have 800 horsepower. They're like McLaren has the same engine in every car. They definitely underrate their engines, like, but it's great. I mean, I love that. And you have a very light car. You have a very taut car because you've got like the monocell or whatever derived from F1. It's very, very cool. So you have so many things going for you, but a lot of those things will really benefit you on track or in a corner. This thing tries to mitigate its weight with active aerodynamics. which gives you high-speed stability. But I do not have turbos, so you know you're sort of at the mercy of the torque and power that you have available to you.
But man, this is like so livable in here. It's so funny.
That's what I love about it, and that's why I was like, man, maybe an 812 super fast. I'm very curious to see what you think, actually.
You're gonna launch with your reverse camera on.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that there's no way to get it off. But
you're in drive?
Yep.
That's so strange.
What is?
That's at 166. Huh. But yeah, you can feel the all. Wow, it feels hooked up. These seats hold you in well too.
Sorry?
The seats hold you in well.
Yeah, for comfort seats, you're actually pretty well bolstered, so that's why it doesn't bother me in this car.
Was it always saying 166 stuff?
Yeah, it was always around there. Like,
so then why is it clocking at 155? Do you think your speed?
Probably speedo's off, and like also like I don't know where they're measuring, and also this is kind of a weird thing, but like I'm running tires that are not spec for this car.
Same for me.
So the speedo may not be accurate because of that. Like if it's off even by like, you know, a few millimeters, that can affect that speed, you know. It's compounded. I don't know how much of a factor that actually is.
It feels very nice. Like the way it hooks up and just goes.
Yeah, it's just very little drama. And I'll say even on the track, there's very little drama in this.
Someone took your spot. No, you're good there. Never mind. But wow. Yeah, I mean like the sound.
It makes it sound faster than it is, you know? Like having the sound, and it's very addictive to have like a naturally aspirated engine. And I've heard like, this is why, like if I was like pure track, like I wouldn't consider an 812, but I feel like an 812 and then maybe like getting like a purpose-built like track car might be kind of cool.
That'll be cool though. But man, hey, really appreciate the ride, dude.
Of course,
this thing is first time in a Performante, and it's definitely it's a special car, you know. And here we are. We have made it to the finish line of the entire airport. Dragway, obviously. So much fun here at Shift Sector. Make sure to check out their events. They put on amazing half-mile events, and they go all over the country. So I would highly recommend them for sure. And seeing the cars go down here today, it was so cool. It was a pretty hot day actually, but most cars that I saw were handling the heat very well. And then seeing 765LTs go down the straightaway, one of them hit almost 180 miles an hour, and that is just so insane thinking about it. Those cars are so fast. Obviously his car is not stock, but it shows you what you can do with these vehicles with simple tunes and downpipes. Anyways, hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button to help me out. Also subscribe for much more great videos coming your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.